guys, me again. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that don't know, my name is Jessie and I'm a former international student that studied at Fanshawe College in London, Ontario. I basically make videos about my experiences as a former international student and just other random things about life in Canada. So guys, in this video I'm going to be going through a few more frequently asked questions as it relates to studying in Canada, London, Ontario, and just life in London. And we're just basically picking up from the first part. You can see it in one of my videos. I'm just going to link it. So let's get straight into it. Actually guys, before I get into it, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share these videos with your friends. If you find it remotely valuable, just give a little comment. If you need to reach out to me, I've got my details in the description. So let's actually officially get straight into it. Okay, so question number one is, do you need an IELTS to study in Canada? So this basically depends on the educational institution. So basically some institutions or colleges, universities will require you to have an IELTS and some won't. So yeah guys, you would just have to check out the admission requirements for the course that you're looking to study. If they say that you need any language requirements, they'll basically state that you need an IELTS or a TOEFL. So obviously then you need to go out and get one, right? But for visa purposes, I don't really think you need that. But yeah, so basically that depends on the college or the university. So check out the admission requirements. If you need to get in touch with someone from the international student department within that institution, then do it, just to make sure that you need the IELTS or you don't need the IELTS. So that's that. So yeah, I would definitely reach out to the college just to make sure that you are pretty much meeting their requirements in terms of the language requirements. Yeah, just also finding out what is the minimum score that you need, and so forth. Yeah, personally I did have to do IELTS because when I went to my course, so I was doing marketing management, supply chain management. So when you go to the actual requirements, it says that you need to fulfill some language requirements, and then I think they list TOEFL, IELTS. I just learned that I did IELTS. Yeah, so that's that. So another question I get a lot is Fanshawe College a respected institution, and is it worth studying at? So is Fanshawe respected in terms of being recognized as a designated learning institution, and with employers in that regard, yes, it is respected. It has a good reputation. Is it worth it? That really is subjective. I would say, yeah, it is worth studying at. When I look at the pricing for international student fees, I might have a little bit of a different opinion about that. But overall, yes, it is a well-respected institution and one of the largest colleges in Ontario. But yeah, long story short, it is accredited by the government of Ontario, and they do pretty much place it on a high ranking, if that makes any sense. But yeah, is it worth it? You're gonna have to you're gonna have to decide, because I'm not gonna say nothing. Another question I get asked quite a lot is, how do you pick the right course and know whether you're eligible for it? Now, step number one to picking the right course. Now, to pick the right course, step number one is to literally look within. You need to sit down with yourself and ask yourself, what do I want? What are my goals? What are my personal goals, my career goals? Where do I see myself? In which industry, in which career do I see myself? What are my interests? Okay, that is literally a good starting point. It doesn't even have to be an interest or a passion of yours. Let's say you're not really into AI, but you know that that's where the coins are at. Obviously it is an interest because you're interested in the coins, right? So that is what is kind of driving you to be interested in AI. So you're gonna start there. What are you interested in? But yeah, once you have a sense of which courses you're into or which path you're into. Let's say that you're into business studies, marketing, into AI. Now you're going to start looking into those courses, right? You're going to go onto the college's website. You're going to do some thorough research. You're going to look into reviews. You're going to do as much research as possible. And once you do that research, it's like, what also helped me was actually booking a consult with the consultants at Fanshawe College. So they do have international student consultants. So I booked a session. I would book a session. What I also wanted to do was to speak to students, or to get into contact with students that have actually done the course. That's where my story series comes in. I'm really gonna, I keep saying I'm gonna try, but I'm really gonna try this time to get more students that are studying different different courses, just so that you get an insight, right? Yeah, that's just another way to kind of make sure that you're picking the right course. In terms of admission requirements, some people ask me like, how do I know whether I'm eligible for the course? Obviously, admission requirements. Let's say for AI, you're going to go onto Fanshawe College's website. So that's fanshawe.ca / artificial intelligence and machine learning. There is a section where it says admission requirements. So here, for instance, it will say you either need a 2 or 3 year college diploma, or an Ontario College Advanced diploma or degree. So now, obviously, if you're not in Canada, coming from Africa, from Asia, then obviously, cool. Then you'll be like, okay, yes, I do have this diploma, right? But hold that thought. But just, yeah, you're just basically going through the different admission requirements. It's very simple, very straightforward. If you are a bit confused, or if there's something that can be misinterpreted, that's where the Fanshawe College advisors come in. I know they do have like Facebook Q&As on Thursdays, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, guys, I think just speaking to people, speaking to your friends, your family, even in your home country, if there's someone that you can speak to in your home country, a guidance career coach, whatever, counselor, just really doing your research and looking into courses where you will be able to find a job after graduation. I think, just those high in demand career paths, I would do that. I feel like picking the right course, you also need to think like, okay, when I'm done studying, wherever I am, Fanshawe, Western, whatever, what is my likelihood of getting a job? So you just got to think about that, and that's that. Next frequently asked question is easy ways to find student jobs, which are high paying, and the pay rate. So I did cover that in my last video. Now that I think of it, I'm gonna pretty much also just kind of link the last video. That is gonna give you like a little outline on the easiest places to find jobs. But yeah, I mean, if I answer that question now, where are the best places to find jobs? Indeed, if you actually go to the place, so let's say you want to work at Jack's, it's just like a restaurant, like downtown. You can just literally go there with your resume. You want to work at Walmart, on their website. But yeah, typically, the high paying ones and the common ones are serving. Honestly, yeah, like it's in the last video. Next is, can you change your program when you get to Canada? I'm gonna say yes. You just have a few things to think about. You need to think about whether you meet the requirements for the program that you want to change to. Okay, so let's say that because I originally applied for marketing management, so I did that, and then I applied for supply chain management, and it was going to be one after the other. So I decided that I wanted to change operations management. So obviously there were some things I had to think about. Do I actually meet the requirements for operations management? You also need to think about how it's going to impact your study permit. So I had to actually get a study permit extension because I was gonna take a 5-month I did take a 5-month break between marketing management, and I changed this to supply chain management. So I took the 5-month break. And so obviously that means I need to now apply for a study permit extension. So I just reached out to a lady from Fanshawe. She kind of helped me out with the process. She told me what documents are required, and then I kind of like did it on my own. So yeah, you need to think about that. But yeah, just keep in mind when you are applying for a study permit extension, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, you need to provide some documents. I'm not sure if I had to provide proof of funds again. I'll look into that if I need to. If you ask me, if you're curious and you ask me, I'll go look into it. But yeah, honestly, I think those are some things to really just keep in mind. But yeah, just making sure that it really is a possibility. So reaching out to one of the college advisors, counselors, international students, departments, I would do that. I'm just thinking, like, could I have changed marketing management when getting to Canada? Because I got into Canada and then I was going to start marketing management in 2-3 weeks. So in that regard, I'm not too sure like how possible it would have been, but obviously I would have consulted a student advisor. Another thing to consider is there is space in that course that you want to change to. So I did mention from operations management to supply chain management, and had I reached out to the Fanshawe College advisor, like, I don't know, 2 days later, there wouldn't have been any space. So that's also something else to take into account. Okay, sometimes people, they basically apply to Fanshawe, and then I think something just happens with their visa, and then they kind of just want to do the whole process again. They're in a different state of mind, so they kind of like reach out and they like, so what other colleges or institutions are affordable apart from Fanshawe? So I'm just gonna kind of give you a brief list of some places that you can consider. Do more research, don't take it from me. So some colleges that you can look into include Durham College. Okay, so that's in Oshawa. Apparently they have affordable tuition and so forth. They have different offerings across the board. St. Lawrence College, that's in Kingston, Brockville and Cornwall. Okay, you also have Confederation College, so that's based in Thunder Bay. And yeah, they're also known for their affordable tuition fees. And also, apart from Fanshawe, you can also look into Lambton College, so that's located in Sarnia. So they have offerings such as business, health sciences, technology, and skill trades. So those are some colleges that you could look into if you have changed your mind about Fanshawe. So some frequently questions related to London, Ontario. So one is London affordable? I would say yes, comparably affordable compared to your bigger cities. When you look at it in terms of like housing costs, so forth, it's affordable. So just basically about London's demographic. Okay, so I think when that person was asking that question, they were probably referring to like age and just basically different nationalities. In terms of age, it is a young city. It is a young city. When you talk about gender, it is 50-50. It's quite diverse in that sense. Okay, last question we have is how much is rent? What are the living situations? Where should you stay? Okay, now in terms of rent, different living situations. Bachelor or studio apartments, that can range from like starting around $800 per month. 1-bedroom apartments, 2-bedroom apartments. Now with the 1-bedroom apartments, I actually did an apartment tour for a 2-bedroom apartment. I am going to link that video too. But back to 1-bedroom apartments, you could typically expect to pay around $1,100 per month. These are just rough estimates, okay? So 2-bedroom, let's say $1,300 per month. 3-bedroom, let's say $1,600. So like around that price. But yeah, those are just rough estimates. So those are the different living arrangements. If you're coming here as a student, the typical living arrangement is living in a apartment. Well, yeah, let me say an apartment or a house with other people. So it's just basically a sharing type of living situation. You could be paying $400 up to, like, let me say $700 per month. It really just depends on the area. It really depends. But yeah, that's just like a rough idea. Yeah, I would just basically look into it. There's Facebook Marketplace, there are Facebook groups, there are different websites. A simple Google search of places to rent in London, Ontario, it will give you an idea of the pricing. How do you go about finding good roommates? I mean, sometimes it's unavoidable. Like, I feel like with me, when I moved here, I had, oh my god, my roommate situation was not the best. They presented themselves in this really bubbly, nice way, obviously because they needed someone to take over the rental, like the room. And so as soon as I moved in, they switched up. It's actually wild. But yeah, I would just say, like, advice for that is to just basically commit to something short term. Okay, so I have a friend, he just moved here, so he just committed to something for the summer. So he signed a 4-month agreement, sublet or rental, whatever. And so if it's not working out with the roommates, if it's really a tough situation, then he can just find something else later down the line. And so if you're here and you're able to live somewhere short term, and then you have the potential to move somewhere else for the long term, just basically feel out the people when you're going to visit the accommodation, if you have the chance to. Yeah, just about using good judgment and just kind of like reading people and the situation. But that's just my 2 cents. Okay guys, so that pretty much wraps up part 2 of frequently asked questions. Just do more research. Just do more research. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't take whatever I've said as, you know, that's that. Like, there's obviously more to it. So I would just do more research, guys. If you guys found any value in this video, give it a like, subscribe, share it with your friends or family members. But thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.